Hey, this is Bill Mosley. I play Otis in House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects and Chop Top and Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. And you're listening to WithoutYourHead.com. Don't touch that dial or I will lick your plate. Oh, no.
What in your mind, what was the doctor's motivation to actually create the human centipede?
For Dr. Heiters?
Yeah.
Motivation?
Mm-hmm.
I think this a man, like we have it in the Nazi psyche, without any soul anymore. Mm-hmm. He has lost his soul. And he's in a panther, in a character panther, and the only possibility to have a relationship is, for example, to his dogs. And he has the God feeling of the Nazis. I'm the God, and other peoples are subhumans. Mm-hmm. And he tried to get a creature to create as a scientific God, to create a creature with whom, or with it, he can have a kind of relationship. But with the dogs it didn't work, and it wasn't enough for him. So he creates the idea, I have separated twins, like Dr. Mengele had did gruesome experiments in Auschwitz, especially with twins. And I do the contrary. I combine that. Nobody has done that yet. And in a thinking of I do what nobody achieved in science, I can do that. Mm-hmm. And on the other hand, he wants, with a creature like the human centipede, then he dreams to start a relationship. Therefore, he tries to make a nice dinner with them, to train them in the garden, to bring the newspaper. So that's a relic of soul. Mm-hmm. But only a tiny piece in him. The man is inside, is a living dead.
Mm-hmm. Is it ever hard on you to get into a role that's so dark?
I love it. Yeah. Because the good ones are not so interesting to play. And, evil is in the world. Evil has to be shown in art and in entertainment because it's there. Every day we get it in the news, what happens. And every day we can see in war or brainwashed or in special circumstances, you can't know what happens with your psyche. If I didn't have the luck to grow up after the Nazi time in Germany, maybe I would have become brainwashed and would have become a fanatic leader of a Nazi camp. So you never know what your psyche does, because the human animal is, as we know, the most dangerous creature in nature, and likes to become schizophrenic. It's very easy that from one moment to the next you can become schizophrenic, and you don't know how it happened. And therefore it's always very interesting to show the evil and the dangerous side of the human animal, which is the worst in whole nature. And I love to play characters who are broken, who are difficult, and who are near to evil or near to death.
I gotta say my favorite scene in the movie was actually when you kissed your own reflection after you made the human centipede. I thought that was, really showed what the character was all about.
Absolutely.
Was that scene written that way, or did you...
That's the beautiful thing. If you have a good director, a wonderful, loving, and caring producer, and a director of photography, and you we four were a real bunch, a real fist together. Then you feel so good that you can improvise a lot because you are very well prepared for the part. You know exactly what you want to do. And then this scene, for example, was absolutely out of the moment, improvised. And I suddenly thought, oh, I have to kiss myself in the mirror. And many, many details in the film happened during the shooting. For same thing, I was crawling up the stairs. Suddenly, I discovered, during the camera was running, I discovered the blood on the stairs. And in that very short moment, I thought, oh, you have to lick it up. No question about that. And in most cases, Tom and the cameraman, they loved what happened during the shots. Yeah. And therefore, by the same reason, the freedom and the good feeling and the to be really relaxed during the work, therefore many, many takes were only shot once because it immediately worked.
That was the other scene that I was going to mention that really stuck with me, was when you're crawling up the steps and you just stop and start licking up the blood. It's just so bizarre.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you are in your character, and I go in the morning, I go with my friend Heiter for a little jog, 4 o'clock in the morning maybe, and then I stick with him the whole day. Mm-hmm. And it helped my colleagues, it helped a lot, because I never talked to them. I just said good morning, or in the evening I said good night, have a good rest. Mm-hmm. And for them, that already sounded like heavy threats. And afterwards, when we became close friends, and I respected them a lot because they are American-like educated. You hardly would find in Germany or even in Europe young actors with that discipline and that stamina. And I admired their discipline, and I respected them a lot. And when we afterwards became friends, and I said, you are wonderful because you behave like American actors are educated, which is much more intense and more professional than most young actors I know in Germany. And then we became friends, and they said, oh, we loved how you treated us, even in the private sector, because you never socialized. So we were already, when you came in the morning, or when you went down the stairs from your wardrobe to go in front of the camera, and never I was to be seen, we were already scared when we saw you privately. So it helped a lot.
Now, I don't know if you've seen all the different critic reviews, and I just want to know what you thought of Roger Ebert not refusing to give the movie any stars, and he said that it dwelled in a place where stars do not shine.
Yeah, I don't care, because the most important thing is to be bold, to dare. And Tom and I, and Ilona as well, and Hofte Koning as well, we are daring guys. We go our way, we do our story, our thing, not looking left or right. And therefore I don't care. I'm much more, I love to be in a film who is very controversial. And I was lucky enough that in most critics, even those who didn't like the film, they, in most cases, they acclaimed my work. And therefore I didn't suffer a lot by the bad critics.
Just 2 weeks ago, actually, on the show, I interviewed Bill Moseley, and I just want to mention, I didn't ask him about you, he just brought this up. And he said that as a horror movie veteran, as an actor, every once in a while you see someone who blows your mind, not just as a fan, but as a performer. Like, wow, who's that guy? And it occurred to me when I saw The Human Centipede, and he went on to talk about you. Does that make you proud that a fellow actor would say something like that about your performance?
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I admire the American actors, and I admire the Anglo-Saxon and especially American style of work, which is different than in Europe. And therefore, I'm very proud if another famous actor says, "Good job, Dieter."
Yeah. Actually, when you said about going to talk to Tom Six about the role, and you were the only actor there, and he specifically asked for you, did he say what movies he saw you in that made him think you'd be perfect for the role?
Yeah, he saw me in the German movie where I'm playing a prisoner living in the same cell with the leading part, and he saw that film. And he decided that has to be the lead for Centipede.
Yeah. Now, if an American fan discovered you off Human Centipede, and they wanted to see some of your other work, is there any films you would recommend they would try and seek out?
Oh yeah, there's maybe it would be interesting to see The Man Inside, if it's available, I don't know, which is with Peter Coyote and Jürgen Prochnow, and by Bobby Roth, and there is The Ogre by Volker Schlöndorff with John Malkovich. Maybe some American audience knows Meeting Venus with Glenn Close, and I think that's what I would recommend.
Yeah. Now, the movies, they claim it's medically accurate. In your opinion, do you believe the movie is?
I think so, because I had a tough day with that surgeon who was advising Tom for the script, and I had a long, long day with him, together with him, and he created the drawings, and he explained everything to me. So I got, by this surgeon, I got the impression that it's really 100% accurate, that you really could do it. You wouldn't know how long would the centipede live, because the blood would be poisoned, and there would come heavy problems, but to create it, it is possible, the doctor said.
Now, they're making a sequel, and I don't want to spoil the movie, but I don't know how your character could be in the sequel. Have you talked about being in it?
Yeah, I've talked with Tom about it, and Tom and Elena asked me never ever to talk about this, to enhance the suspense, so nobody knows if I will appear there or not. Maybe yes, maybe not. And but I can assure you that we have even more plans to work together and to continue our work. So definitely you will see something from that team anyway. But if I'm in the sequel, in the second one or not, that's a secret, and we will see.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm. Now, actually, the sequel's being billed as medically inaccurate.
Yeah, 100% inaccurate. I won't tell you what the idea of the sequel, the premise of the sequel will be, but I can assure you that Tom is so sophisticated to create a really, really unexpected idea. You will be astonished, and the audience as well.
Yeah.